Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with another layout for the Scrap the Boys Challenge design team, and I'm going to be using this gorgeous large photo of my little boy. It's right around A4 size just at the moment, but I'm going to cut it down slightly. So this collection I have pulled out is the Pink Fresh Indigo Hills 1 collection, so it's pretty old. I'm just flipping through to try and find a background at the moment. Now, this challenge, as you could see in the intro, the challenge prompt was when I grow up. The image is of a little boy dressed up as a robot, and I know some of the girls in the design team went for a kind of robot theme, but I couldn't find a photo that really matched that theme, so I decided to go with the just when I grow up theme, and I did pull a couple of the colors from the image, so there's a little bit of blue and a little bit of yellow in that image, so I've used both on this layout. And this photo is actually one that his daycare took for his kindy graduation. So it's just printed out on an A4 sheet of computer paper. It's just such a beautiful photo that I had to scrapbook it. So I asked them for the photo, and they gave it to me. So I think it's really fun to scrap large photos sometimes. They're really impactful and they take up so much space on the page. If you have trouble with like filling your pages in, it just really helps with that. So I've done a thin white border, and then I'm going in with a little bit of navy as well. I'm going to take this beautiful vellum. It's also by Pink Fresh and it's gold foiled. It's really, really beautiful. I do bring a couple of metallic elements into this layout. Mainly because I love metallic, but also because the challenge image has like that silver robot in it. So I do use a bit of gold, but I use some silver as well. So I've decided on this sheet for my background image, on my background paper rather. I do play around with, I think I turn it every which way several times to try and decide which orientation I want, but I go with this with the yellow in the top left corner. Now I'm adding some of this paper that is from a Reject Shop collection. I think it's the Splendid collection. The Reject Shop in Australia, Rosie Studio everywhere else. And that paper also has some holographic metallic foil on it. It's really, really beautiful. So that's another little spot of metallic. And I'm bringing some more of that yellow to the bottom of my photo. I'm going to go ahead and stick everything down. There we go. And now I'm going in with my title. I'm using these thickers. I'm not sure if they're from this collection or a different one, but they're just large uppercase letters, and they've got this really, really chunky gold glitter on them. They actually shed quite a bit. I was covered in glitter when I was finished this, but they're really, really beautiful and sparkly. So I spell out when I grow up because it was his the photo they used for his kindy graduation ceremony. Obviously, it means a lot to do with sort of him growing up and sort of our hopes and dreams for the future. So I'm just adding some washi here. This is from the same collection, I believe. It's Pink Fresh, and it's just a navy and white polka dot. So I'm just tucking that in a couple of places. I actually got this collection in a scrappery kit before they went out of business. So those labels were exclusive to the kit, I think. So I'm just using the navy one, and I've written the date on there. Just going to pop it there. I'm taking that little cardstock sticker. That was, I think there's like a planner sticker pack in this collection. So that was off that. It just says goals. And now I'm taking some of these chipboard hearts. These are really, really pretty. Adding in this little magic puffy. Just filling in some of these blank spaces on the photo. Unfortunately, when you do use a large photo like this, you do end up with large dead spaces in your image. So just sprinkling some more of those hearts around. One of these tiny word stickers. And then I'll take this navy label. I'm just going to chop it in half. And then tuck that underneath. I just want a couple of layers really. So there we go, just so it's peeking out from underneath. And then I take a couple of these. They're meant to be planner icons, like I said, but there's some cameras on there. I think I use a camera and then a clipboard up near the goals fishtail banner thingy. I felt like because it says goals, the clipboard kind of makes sense. Now this collection is so old that these chipboard hearts have zero stick on them whatsoever, so I'm just going ahead and adding a little bit of glue to the backs of those. And now I'm going to empty out the sequin mix that came in this kit. There's lots of blues, yellows, I think there's a couple of blacks and some golds as well, so I'm just going to sprinkle those around where those hearts and all my other embellishments are. Kind of just want that trailing, sprinkly bits trailing across my page. This is just a little cardstock tab. I'm just tucking in back there, just for another little bit of layer. There's actually not that much layering on this layout, not as much as I usually would do. I think just because the photo is so big. Okay, so I'm just popping down a little spot of tacky glue where I want to stick my sequins, and I'll usually go through and do a few spots of glue at a time and then add sequins in just to speed up the process and make my life a little bit easier. So I'm just varying the size, trying to put the teeny tiny ones in the smaller gaps, starting with the big sequins and then working my way down. Now I'm going to come in with lots of journaling. So I don't have a lot of space left on the page, so I'm just going to fill it all up with journaling. I'm just doing some light pencil marks that I can erase later. And now I'm going in with my Pigma Micron, can't remember which size, I'm sorry, but I'm just writing in about how this time has made me sort of reflect on dreams for the future and how far he's come already and how proud we are of him. So there we go, that's everything. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out the Scrap the Boys challenge. The link to the blog will be in the description box. This month we are being generously sponsored by Cut to You, so make sure to go check out them as well. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.